Hello students, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about the pelvic muscles in a very short way. Pelvic muscles formed in two groups. First one is this one, this is the piriformis, and this red one is the obturator internus. This is also associated with the lower limb, and the second part is levator ani and coccygeus. As we can see in this diagram, this is coccygeus and rest of the part is part of the levator ani. So as a whole, this piriformis muscle, the obturator internus, the piriformis, this one is coccygeus and levator ani, all they form the pelvic diaphragm, or the pelvic floor muscles are also called as pelvic diaphragm. And this pelvic diaphragm separates this pelvic cavity in which the pelvic viscera lies. They differentiate with the posterior portion or back outer pelvic outlet portion, that is called as perineum. Now one by one we will talk. First we will talk about the levator ani. Levator ani muscle, it can be studied in the two parts, pubococcygeus and iliococcygeus. First we will describe, this is the pubic symphysis, this is the ischial spine, this is sacrum, and this is the coccyx portion from where this coccygeus muscles arise. So we are talking about the pubococcygeus. Pubococcygeus, as the name implements that pubococcygeus, it arises from the pubis and it goes up to the coccyx. So pubococcygeus muscle, this one, this is the pubococcygeus. It originates from the two fibers, anterior fibers and posterior fibers. As I have told earlier that this is the part of the body of the pubis portion, and this is called as pelvic surface. So from medial side the anterior fibers arise, and from the lateral portion the posterior fibers arise of pubococcygeus. So this is the pubococcygeus. Anterior fibers from the medial part of this part is arises, and here is the urethra and vaginal portion in females, and this is the rectum portion. So if in males, then this pubococcygeus part, then it wraps around the prostate, and it also forms the levator prostati. And if vagina is present, then it also covers the vagina, then it is called as sphincter vaginae. So pubococcygeus, it connects to the fibers up to the pubis, to the coccyx, and some part it wraps around the vagina or the prostate, and here is the perineal body will be present. Now the posterior fibers, it arises from the lateral surface of the pelvic surface of the body of pubis, and from the anterior half of the obturator, white line on the obturator fascia. Here is the obturator membrane, obturator foramen, here is the obturator fascia will be present, and this is the white line from where the posterior fibers of pubococcygeus arise. So posterior fibers of pubococcygeus, they arise from the lateral part of the pelvic surface of body along with the white line present on the obturator fascia. Now they partly form a loop around this is the rectum, so they form the loop around the anorectal junction. This is the anorectal junction. Here the rectum is present, and from the outside it becomes as anus. So fibers wrap around and they form the fibers which surrounds the rectum. This is called as puborectalis. As the name implements that pubo, that is rectalis, which covers the pubis from the rectum is puborectalis. So all over this is the muscle pubococcygeus, but if it surrounds the prostate and vagina, then it is called as a sphincter prostati and sphincter vaginae, and if it surrounds the rectum, then it is called as puborectalis. Now the part is iliococcygeus. Iliococcygeus, as the name implements, this is the iliococcygeus. This arises from the posterior half. This is the obturator line, white line on the obturator fascia, from where this iliococcygeal muscles arises. This iliococcygeus muscle from here, and the pelvic surface of the ischial spine. This is the ischial spine and the pelvic surface of this ischial spine. So from the fibers here arises and goes up to the, or inserts up to the coccygeus, coccyx region. Here the anococcygeal ligament is present, from insert into the anococcygeal ligament. So all in all, this is the pubococcygeus, and this is the iliococcygeus muscle. Now come to the coccygeus. Coccygeus muscle represents the posterior part of the pelvic diaphragm. This is the part coccygeus. It is partly muscular and partly tendinous. It fibers arises from the pelvic surface of the ischial spine. This one from here it is arises, and the sacrospinous ligament. I have told earlier sacrospinous ligament in earlier video. So from the pelvic surface of ischial spine and sacrospinous ligament, this coccygeus muscle arises and is inserted into the side of the coccyx, this one, and into the fifth sacral vertebra here. So this is the coccygeus. What are the actions and levator ani and this coccygeus? This is the coccygeus, this is whole, this is the levator ani, this is the piriformis. As a whole they form the pelvic diaphragm. Now the levator ani and coccygeus, they close the pelvic outlet. This is the pelvic outlet. I have told if it surrounds from here, then this is the pelvic inlet, and after that becomes the pelvic outlet. I have told earlier in the lecture. Now the levator ani fix the perineal body. Perineal body is present between this rectum and this vagina or the prostate portion. This is the perineal body. So levator ani fixes the perineal body and supports the pelvic viscera. So it gives strength to all the pelvic visceras. During coughing, sneezing, lifting and other muscular efforts, the levator ani and coccygii, they all the muscles in counteract increased intra-abdominal pressure and helps to maintain continence of the bladder and the rectum. In the same way, in micturition, defecation and parturition. Parturition means delivery of the baby. A particular pelvic outlet is open, but contraction of fibers of which the contraction is needed, dilatation is needed, only that muscle is dilated, but all other apertures either of urethra, either of vagina, if defecation is occurring, then only the dilation of these muscles will occur, all will contract. If here the parturition will occur, delivery of the baby will occur, then these muscles will contract, this muscle will contract, only this will dilate. So in this way they all give the support to the pelvic viscera. Now the coccygii also helps in the for strengthening of the pelvic viscera. If the during parturition, if the perineal body is torn from somewhat here, then the gap will open, there will be a normal gap in this pelvic floor, so the muscles strengthening will decrease, and finally the prolapse may occur. This is a quick review of the levator ani, coccygeus, piriformis and obturator internus. If you like my video, please like, subscribe my channel. If you want to comment something or want to give the suggestions, please comment in the box. Thank you.